matter and its composition. Okay, so I think you all are well acquainted with these words like matter and composition. So you are very familiar with the term matter. What is a matter? Anything around us, we call it as matter. We ourselves, we are also a matter. In the air, we cannot see anything, but there are some air particles present over the air. We can call them also matter. So what is a matter? Anything that has mass and that occupies some space, we call it as matter. Okay, this is the common definition of matter. So what we can write? Anything that has mass and that occupies some space. Okay, I am not writing the full definition. It is already there and you know already. So matter is anything that occupies some space and it also has some mass. So we ourselves are the matter or not? Yes, because we have some mass and also we are occupying some space. This pen, this marker, it is also a matter. If you will keep a book over a bench, that is also a matter because that book is occupying some space over the bench. A bench, a desk, the air particles, anything around us, we call it as matter. And there are also some, non-matter thing. We call them as energy. Okay, like solar energy, sound energy, wind energy. Okay, so we can, in general, we can say that all over world, the living world is made up of, matter and some energy. Okay, so here we will discuss about only matter. We will not go by the energy term. So, here we are talking about a matter. So already I said anything that has mass and that occupies some space, we call it as matter. So, what is a mass? How we can determine the mass? Suppose I am taking an example of myself. Okay, so all the content inside my body, means the mineral and salt, the fluid part, everything that contains in my body consists of different kinds of matter, and that total is my mass. Okay, so we can call a mass as the total matter content of a body. We call it as a mass. Okay, so what is a mass? The total matter content of a body. Suppose you are talking about a marker. Suppose or else we will take a glass of water. Okay, so there we can say the glass of water contains a definite amount of water particle in it, or else the total matter content in that glass, we call it as the mass of the water. So how we can define the mass of an object? So the total matter content, same you can take the example of decks. Okay, all decks is made up of wood, iron, several other things. So the total matter content of the desk is the mass of the desk. Okay, so there are two terms here we will discuss: mass and weight. Okay, here already we have discussed about mass. Here another term I will talk: weight. Mass and weight both are not equal terms. So do you know one thing, students? Earth is in continuous motion form. Okay, it is already clear to you that in geography and all already you all have studied, I think. Earth is moving around sun and also it is moving around its own axis. It is clear to you. But why we all are not moving? Why we all are fixed in our place? Due to some force. What is that force called? That force is the force of gravity, or else we can call it as gravitational force. Okay, it is very clear that all the substances, all the matter is fixed in its position due to the gravitational force of attraction. We are also in the motion along with Earth, but we cannot feel that motion because we all are fixed by the term of the or by means of the gravitational force. Okay, so here the term weight will come when we will take our mass along with the gravitational force. We call it as weight. Okay, this is the difference between mass and weight. Again I am repeating: the total matter content of a body or a substance, we call it as the mass of the matter. Okay, and if we will take the mass along with the gravitational force acting on that matter, can call it as weight. Okay, so a very interesting thing now I am going to tell you. Our mass is same wherever place we may be. Okay, in the earth, wherever place we may be, or outside earth, in moon, wherever we may be, our mass will become same, because wherever we may be or wherever this marker will be, the matter, the total matter contained inside the object will not change. Okay, the total matter contained of our body will not change wherever we may be. That's why the mass of a matter, remember this, the mass of a matter is fixed for every position. Wherever the matter may be, the mass of the matter will be same, but the weight will change from place to place, or we can say the weight will change from what, height to base. A simple example I am giving you. Suppose, one interesting thing I am telling. Compare the weight of a person in moon and in earth. Okay, so you can find the weight of that person is very less in moon, but the same, that person only weight more in earth. Why? Because the gravitational force of energy is more in earth than in moon, around 6 times more. Okay, so if you will take, suppose you are 70 kg in earth, means your weight will reduce to 1/6 in moon. Okay, understood? So my point to tell you that mass is the total matter content of a body, and if we will take the mass along with the gravitational force of energy, we call it as weight. So mass is equal whatever the position of the matter, its mass will be equal, but its weight will change. Okay, so similarly, do not go compare with earth and moon. In earth only, if you will be in middle of the earth, your weight will be different, and if you will towards the equator of earth, then your weight will be different. Why? Because the amount of gravitational force, or the amount of force of gravity acting on your body will differ from the center part to the equator. Okay, so my point to tell you that mass of an object may change. Mass of an object is equal or same irrespective of its position, but weight may vary from place to place. Why? Because we are taking weight as mass along with the gravitational force of energy. Okay, so here 3 terms already we have discussed. We have discussed about matter, we have discussed about mass. What is mass? What is mass? The total matter content of a body, we call it as mass. We have discussed about weight, the total matter content along with the gravitational force of energy, we call it as weight. Do not worry about mass and weight. In more details we will have in some other chapter. In your physics or chemistry only, in some other chapters we will learn detail about mass and weight. Okay, so here already we have discussed about the mass and weight. And what about the space? This space occupied by the matter, we can also call it as volume. Okay, so we can also term it as volume of that matter. The amount of space. Suppose I will keep this marker over my hand. So it is occupying some space over my hand. That is the volume of this marker. I am occupying some space here. That is my volume. Okay, so 3 terms again I am repeating: mass, weight, and volume. The total matter content of my body is my mass. Okay, the mass along with the gravitational force acting on my body, that's why I am stationary, that's why I am not moving. Okay, the gravitational force is acting on my body, that's why I am stationary, I am fixed. So the mass along with the gravitational force of energy, we call it as I can call it as the weight of my body. And I am occupying some space here. Okay, I am standing here, means I am occupying some space here. That is the volume of my body. Okay, so this is all about mass, weight, and. Hello students. So today in this practical video, I will show you that matter has some space, or matter occupies some space. Already in our theory video we have discussed that matter is something that has mass and that occupies some space. So to show you this, I have taken a bowl that is full of water and an empty glass. So here you can see, by seeing this glass you can say that this is an empty glass. Nothing that is inside the glass. So at first I am keeping, or I am putting some papers inside the glass. Okay, I kept some papers inside the glass, and now by inverting position or like this, I will allow the glass to go inside the water bowl, and let's see what is the result. So we can count up to 10, and then we can take out the glass and we can see the result. Just count it up to 10, or 10 seconds you can leave it, then slowly we will take it out. Okay, slowly I will take out the glass and we can see the result. Yes, now see, I will take out the paper. Can you see? The paper is full dry. See, the paper is not wet at all. The glass is with water droplets only in the outer surface, not in the inside surface. Not at all. That's why the paper is full dry. Why? Because this is not an empty glass. Okay. By seeing the glass, we can assume that this is an empty glass, but no, it contains air particles in it, and that's why when I am allowing the empty glass, but not exactly empty, it has air particles in it. When I will allow it to go inside water, the air particles present over here, they do not allow the water to go inside the glass. That's why the paper that we have taken inside the glass is dry. After taking out the glass, also the paper is dry till now. Okay, so this shows that air is a matter and that occupies some space. Okay, here air is present, but it also occupies some space. We cannot see the air particles, but that also occupies some space. So from this we can confirm that matter exists, or matter takes some space. Okay, another small example we can take. This is a small ball. You can take any plastic ball. Okay, you can see this ball is floating here. Okay, this ball is floating over water. The same experiment I will repeat now. Again, if I will allow the glass to go inside water, what will happen? Can you observe what is happening? Now can you see the position of ball inside the water bowl? What is the position of the ball inside the water bowl? It is totally now dipped inside the bowl. It is not floating over the surface. Why? Because the air present inside the glass suppress or makes the ball to go deep inside water. You can see here, you can find the red color small ball is down to the water bowl. Okay, again I am slowly taking out. Slowly I am taking out the glass. Now again, can you observe the position of the ball? It is again floating on the surface. So the air inside, when I am allowing the glass to go inside water, the air present inside the glass or pulls, or it allows the ball to go deep inside water. It means it is not an empty glass, it also contains air particles in it, and that air particles have some what space, they are occupying some space. So by this we can confirm that matter occupies some space. Again I said that they have some mass, okay, they also have some mass and they occupy some space. About space we have seen the experiment. Now I will show you how we can get confirmed that matter occupies or matter has some mass, okay. See students, here I will show you that matter has some mass. Already we have discussed that matter occupies some space. Now I will show you matter has some mass. So here I have taken a scale, any stick also you can take, and I have tied two balloons two sides. Okay, and make sure that the distance between the two balloons means the length of the thread should be same. Okay, one should not be long and one should not be short, and the amount of air you will feel inside the balloon should be same for both the balloon. So what I will show you now, just see. If I will allow the air of this balloon to come out, then what will happen? See, I am holding this very smoothly. Can you observe something? At first, the scale is straight, but now you can see there is a slight bend of scale. Where? Towards the next balloon side. Okay, you can see here the scale bends slight towards the green balloon. What we can conclude from this experiment? We can conclude that when I will allow the air of the orange balloon to come out, the air of the green balloon makes the scale to bend little towards itself. Okay, and when you are holding the scale, hold it very smoothly. Okay, do not hold it very lightly. Hold it very smoothly and allow it to bend. Okay, allow it to move. Okay, like that smoothly you hold. So here we can observe that the air present inside the balloon has some mass, or exactly we can call it as has some weight, because here also some gravitational force is acting on the balloon. So here better to take the term mass, we can use the term weight. So here we can conclude that matter has some weight with it. That's why when the air from the balloon or from the orange balloon came out, or when I will allow the air from the orange balloon to come out, the other balloon, that is the green balloon, makes the scale to move little bit down. Here now also, see I am holding it very smoothly. Very smoothly I am holding, but the scale is not straight at all, because there is a slight weight of the green balloon which makes the scale to little move down. So from here we can conclude that matter has some space, or matter occupies some space, and it also has some weight, or it also has some mass with it. Okay, so students, these experiments are very easy. There are also some experiments given in a book, but for that I need to go to the lab, because there for that experiment we need a measuring cylinder and all. After the evening of school, definitely I will show you that. So the minimum accessories that I am having, with that I am showing you the experiment, and try to do by yourself so that you will get confirmed about the what matter has some space, or matter occupies some space, and it also has some weight. Thank you.